Now going over to the business part podcast, we have America's most stolen sports car, and spoiler alert, not the Honda Civic Si. So, knock on wood, we're safe for now. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Motor1.com. Specifically, Brian Silvestro is right over there. And he says, quote, America's most stolen car is, well, the Camaro ZL1. That is the most stolen muscle car. They say it is, geez Louise, 39 times more likely to be stolen than any average car. Which here you can see the front end of the Camaro ZL1, which, rest in peace, another example of General Motors' ineptitudes. One of the best sports cars out there, well, GM is a killing. Which means if you want a stick shift performance car from GM, you gotta get the CT4 or the CT5V Blackwing, which great vehicles, but cost a pretty penny. Now, again, this is credited to Brian at Motor1.com. And he says, quote, if you own a Camaro built from 2022 to 2024, we suggest keeping a close eye on it. According to new data released by Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 6th generation Camaros from those model years are 13 times more likely to be stolen than an average car. The high horsepower ZL1 variant is especially prone to being disappeared, according to the IIHS. That Camaro is 39 more times to be likely stolen than compared to the national average, making it the most stolen vehicle in the nation per 100 cars, according to the IIHS's Highway Loss Data Institute. Which, I can't believe it, because I would have sworn that would have been the Dodge Challenger or the Dodge Charger. Or, I mean, those things seem to be at every street takeover, and they are not honestly procured. But I guess another example of GM winning, though not a good contest. Now, this quote is credited to Matt Moore, who's the COO of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, saying, quote, muscle cars have often topped the list as thieves are attracted to these vehicles with high horsepower. You say that this also helps explain why many more expensive, more powerful ZL1s are stolen so much more often than the standard Camaro, unquote. The article says it's not just a brutish looks or 650 horsepower supercharged V8 that attracts thieves. The IIHS says the 6th generation Camaro is especially easy to steal. According to the report agency, criminals can obtain the key code for newer Camaros simply by having access to the car's OB2 port. Wow. F- for security. Normally, you have to be near the key fob and use a specialized device to make a copy, but these Camaros, all you have to do is be inside the car, which, it's just, I can't but think the security team at General Motors is probably right next door to the quality assurance department, which, in theory, does exist, or so I'm told, as they have many recalls. Now, they say, quote, perhaps unsurprisingly, thefts for the Camaro began to climb in 2016, right as production for the 6th generation model began, which uses a key fob as standard. Now, this is again Moore saying, quote, we expect powerful, high-value vehicles to be targeted, and these models check both boxes. But it stood out to us that Camaros were nearly 10 times more that nearly 10 years old has such a high claim frequencies, unquote, which, those are awesome. I mean, these are one of the, back when they made them, they used to be one of the best bangs for your buck. They were awesome feats of engineering and great track toys. And again, as long as you didn't care about reliability too much. I'm only partially kidding. Partially. Now, they say the automaker acknowledged the problem back in March of 2025, according to Road and Track, and now offers free software updates for the owner for an extra layer of digital protection. Interestingly, the Camaro was the only sports car on the IIHS list of top 20 most stolen vehicles. The vast majority were large pickups and SUVs. Spoiler, a lot of GM. They say, though strangely, an Acura TLX trims occupy 2 of the top 5 spots. GM has a fairly strong showing, occupying 9 of the top 20 spots. And they say here's a full list, which, yeah, mostly GM. There we go. Yeah, Chevy Camaro ZL1, relative claim frequency, 3,949. That's insane. It's followed by the Acura TLX 4-wheel drive, then the standard Chevy Camaro, then the GMC Sierra 2500 Crew Cab 4-wheel drive, then the Acura TLX 2-wheel drive, then, well, again, another truck, GMC Sierra 3500 Crew Cab 4-wheel drive, then the Chevrolet Camaro 3500, which, spoiler, it's the same damn thing, but slightly different logos plastered, or, well, I'll be generous, nice 3M adhesive glued on to the front and back. But yes, the Chevy Silverado 3500 Crew Cab 4-wheel drive, then the Dodge Durango, then the Land Rover, then the Ram 1500, then Chevrolet Silverado 2500, the Ram 3600. You had to go a long way to get the Honda CR-V, which who the hell is stealing a CR-V hybrid is beyond me. Who wants one of those things? Even the people who want them don't buy it. Even the people that buy them don't want them. I'm like partially kidding though. So, yeah, I still can't believe. Yeah, how's the Hellcat not on here? And of course, some of the comments say, not the ones with 3 pedals, because again, very few people know how to actually drive a vehicle with 3 pedals, also known as a manual transmission. But again, it sounds like there's a little bit of a fix for it. But again, I'm not even too surprised because anecdotally in my area, I had a friend who had a Camaro ZL1, is a really nice red one, and I felt so bad for him. Literally within 2 weeks of him buying it, it was stolen. I mean, the thieves are just so quick about getting in and out of these cars, or rather in and about of these vehicles. I can't imagine the stress of, well, not just paying for these things, but also having to worry about the security of these things and kind of thinking, well, this is going to be stolen if I leave it out for more than 10 minutes in a parking lot. So yeah, perhaps I should put this in the business blunder section of the show for GM to have yet another issue. But yeah, I thought there's a very big statistical anomaly. 39 times more likely. That is insane. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say.